The White Bear Area Chamber of Commerce and On Location TV 19 are proud to present Your Business Matters, dedicated to your business needs. The White Bear Area Chamber is a nonprofit business organization serving as an advocate for the White Bear area and its business community. Now here is the Executive Director of the White Bear Area Chamber and the host of Your Business Matters, Tom Snell.
Welcome everybody to Your Business Matters, the White Bear Area Chamber of Commerce High Impact Interview Program. Each month we interview leaders in business, education, and politics. Today our special guest is Brenda Lyseng, Academic Dean for Century College. We will discuss a phenomenal development in higher education. At Century College, students can now earn a baccalaureate degree without ever leaving the campus. There are also other innovative alternatives designed to create an easy pathway to earning a high potential 4-year college degree at an affordable cost. Today we will discuss these innovative new educational concepts on Your Business Matters. Welcome, Brenda.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, appreciate you coming. This is a really interesting development in education, and that's why I wanted to have you here to talk about some of the aspects of this new program.
Right.
And I want to be real clear that now a student for certain majors can go all the way through and get a baccalaureate degree without ever leaving his or her community. Is that correct?
That is correct, yeah. It's something that we've just started this last fall with a couple of different programs, and I think it's going to be something that will increase as we go forward.
Okay, and we're going to look at those programs and maybe what some of the future developments are for the college in that area. I want to start with a little bit of background on these programs, and I think they're called 2+2 programs. Is that correct?
Yeah, sometimes we use that language 2+2, sometimes we don't use that language. It all depends on the colleges and how closely we're going to be integrating it. But the idea is that we work with another university and we see how our programs align and get them aligned, and then ideally in the future what we'd like to have happen, students that would be admitted to Century College and would be admitted at the same time to the 4-year university.
Okay.
And then they know that they're all set and ready to go. And that way it would be totally seamless. We haven't launched that yet. We're still working on that.
Okay, and we'll get into that a little bit more, but these programs, whatever you want to call them, when did they start? When did they get a foothold in the state of Minnesota? Is this something that is unique to our state, or do we have programs like this in other parts of the country?
I think this is starting in the last 5 years. It's starting to grow
it's pretty new.
It's pretty new throughout the United States. In Minnesota, it's been in the last 2 or 3 years.
Okay.
Some of our 4-year campuses, Metro State University is a good example. They have a main campus in St. Paul and in Minneapolis, but they also have the classes throughout the metro area.
Right, yep.
So Century College has hosted their courses for probably the last 10 years, but it's just been a course here and there, probably 5 to 10 courses every semester, not for a specific program.
Okay.
But it allowed Metro State to have their courses out where the people were living, to have a greater outreach. What's happened now in the last 2 or 3 years is that we realized that we need to change how we do education. We need to have more people have post-secondary degree credentials.
Yeah, and that would be for both technical and for traditional liberal arts type of
exactly,
college.
Exactly. So in Minnesota, we have a fairly substantial gap between the number of jobs that need a post-secondary education and those are citizens that actually have that. And so we need to step up to the plate and provide more alternatives to help our citizens get that credential.
Yep.
And that, going to a 4-year campus, staying in the dorms does not work for most returning adults, right? So we've had to look at some more innovative ways of providing access to our education.
So some of these programs, and even though we're looking at people getting a I don't know, baccalaureate degree, a Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Arts degree, a lot of these people then are returning adults, right?
Right,
They're not
exactly.
They're
Yeah.
not all the typical student that comes out of high school
Right.
and immediately enters into these programs.
Right, and
That's interesting.
Yeah, the demographics have changed quite, are continue to change. There's fewer and fewer high school graduates.
Oh, there are.
There are, and it's just because of the population changing. And so our population at, especially the community colleges, we attract about 40% of our students are over the age of 25. And about half of those are over the age of 35, I believe it is.
Wow, that's
So
that's
it's
a
different,
significant
yeah,
number.
Right,
Yes.
right. So those are people that are maybe already working, but want to do a career change, or want to advance in their career, or possibly have been laid off and need to find employment. So just a wide variety of reasons that they are coming back to college. But when they come, they have families and they have other commitments that an 18-year-old would not have.
That's right.
And so we need to deliver our education differently to support their needs.
You have to have a real flexible approach
Very
and
flexible,
strategy
right.
to how you're going to educate our
Right.
future workforce. then.
Exactly. And that's why the whole collaboration with the universities has arisen. We
Okay.
need to make it more seamless so that a person can start at the 2-year, whatever 2-year they want to start at, and go to a 4-year. And you know, we've always had articulation agreements and that type of thing, but now we're just taking it one more step, make it easier so they can just stay at the community college.
Now I'm going to get into the degree programs that you got that are seamless, where a student can stay at Century College
Right.
and move on. But before I do that, Century College has a cutting-edge engineering program.
Yes, we do.
And that is a high-demand, high-education venue.
Right.
And I would like to learn a little bit more about that. I understand that you now have a relationship with the University of Minnesota,
Right.
where somebody can actually go through what they call the Institute of Technology and receive an engineering degree.
Right, yeah.
Starting at Century College.
Right, yeah.
Could you explain a little bit about
Yeah,
that?
we've had an engineering program for quite a few years now, and when a student completes our engineering program, they have an applied science degree, a 2-year degree, and we have articulation agreements with a number of universities.
Not just the University
Not
of
just the
Minnesota.
University of Minnesota. So St. Thomas, Mankato, a variety of the engineering schools. And what we have done with each of those articulation agreements is line up our curriculum with their curriculum.
Yep.
Engineering is a little trickier because there's so many variety of kinds of engineering you can go into.
Okay, yeah.
And so that's another thing that all the engineering schools have been working on in the state to make that a little more seamless. So if you start off here, you can go either mechanical or civil or biomedical.
Oh, you've got a biomedical program because...
Well,
yeah.
What happens at Century then, and when you come, you are getting kind of the first 2 years, and then you start taking certain courses that you want to
Okay.
specialize in. So if you want to go biomedical, then we encourage you to take the biology sequence.
Right.
And what then happens is that if you take the courses that we suggest to you, you should be able to go right to the Twin Cities campus and continue on in your engineering
Wow,
degree.
so that means that a student can take their credits right from Century College and in a seamless way
Right.
can go right into, enter into the University of Minnesota, St. Thomas,
Yeah.
or some of the other opportunities
Right.
that are out there and receive a degree
Right.
in engineering and
Exactly.
then go out
Yeah.
into the workforce.
And our students do quite well in that transfer process. You know, the credits transfer, that's not an issue. A lot of our students need a little more help getting started, or they're a returning adult and they're a little scared about going to the big university.
Okay.
And so they come to Century College. We have great instructors. They get to know their instructors.
Yep.
We have some fabulous equipment and facilities. We have a fabrication lab that not most campuses do not have that, but it gives them a really solid foundation. And when they transfer, they transfer
Okay.
quite well. They do well when they are at their second institution.
Okay, and real quickly, with that specific program, does Century College have any relationships with any businesses?
Yeah, with all of our technical programs, we have advisory committees. And so the advisory committees are folks from the local area that are in that field, and they meet about 3 or 4 times a year. We bring to them ideas that we have for new courses, new curriculum, and we get a lot of feedback from them. So our advisory committees, our business leaders, are really important to us.
And we're going to get back into that a little bit too as we go on in our interview, because I would like to find out for people in the business community, if they're interested in working with the college, how can they get involved in the various advisory committees you have. So we're going to continue our interview and take a short break now. I want to point out a couple of upcoming really interesting chamber events that we have. I'm with Brenda Lyseng from Century College talking about their innovative educational concepts, basically how you can receive a baccalaureate degree without ever leaving the Century College campus. So we talked a little bit about the engineering program and the opportunities that businesses have to work with the college to improve those types of events. And we will go back to that a little bit later in the interview.
Okay.
I want to get on now to some of the other programs that Century College has, the ones that I referred to as 2+2.
Yeah.
And what? Give me I guess you have a nursing degree.
Yeah,
program?
we are starting in the this fall a new nursing curriculum, and we're very excited about that. We've had nursing for a long time, but what is happening in the workforce is that more and more we want the RNs to have a 4-year degree instead of a 2-year degree.
And why is that?
I think it's just having the improved skill set that is needed for the new technology and advances that are going on in healthcare. And in order to do that, we have been working with Metropolitan State nursing curriculum and also with the nursing programs throughout the metro area. And they have designed joint programs called MAIN, the Minnesota Alliance for Nursing Education.
Okay.
They have come up with a joint aligned curriculum. And the way it's going to work starting in the fall is that you'll come to Century, take 3 semesters at Century, have your associate degree in nursing, and then continue on the next 3 semesters taking courses from Metro State faculty, but at the Century campus.
Oh, okay.
And then when you're done with that, you'll have a BSN, a Baccalaureate of Science in Nursing. And so that, we're very excited about that because our students, again, it's that comfort level of coming to campus, they know how to get to our campus.
Right.
And they know the faculty there, and they'll just be continuing on with their same cohort of students.
Yeah.
And
that sounds like just a really wonderful program.
Yes, yeah, we're very excited about it. It took a lot of planning because we had, I think, 9 different programs, and trying to align those programs and get the courses to align. It takes a lot of work on the part of the faculty.
I bet it does. Yeah. Yep. Now, why nursing? I mean, you just mentioned you had to align all these various programs together.
Right.
And it took a lot of effort and time. But for some reason, one of the venues that you picked was nursing.
Right.
And why nursing? Why not something else?
Right, exactly. I think there's a number of factors that that we look at, and a lot of times it's just what bubbles up to the surface. So a lot of it is workforce demands. If we have a huge gap and we're not able to provide enough graduates to meet the workforce demands, then we need to figure out a new way of doing it.
And you and the college then believes that baccalaureate BSA programs are going to be something that will be needed not only now but in the future.
Right, yeah. Because we have a close relationship with all the hospitals in the metro area, and that is what they're asking us to do.
Okay.
And so a lot of times it is the industry telling us what they need, and then we need to change what we're doing to provide that service to the workforce. So that's one of the main factors. There's also just how many students are involved and want to clearly go from Century College to another campus. So another example of a program that we started this past fall was, again, with Metro State, and that is in our criminal justice program.
Okay.
So criminal justice is a very popular program at Century College, and it's a very popular program at Metro State. And so we have a large number of students there that want to continue on and get that 4-year degree. And so this past fall, again, our students that have finished their 2-year degree at Century started taking classes from Metro faculty towards their 4-year degree, but they were at Century College.
Now, if somebody wants to be a police officer now, do most police officers now require a 4-year degree? Is that something that...
I don't think, because we also have a 2-year degree called law enforcement.
Okay.
So I don't think that's the reason, but I think it depends on which route you want to go within your, if you want to become a detective and that type of thing.
Okay, so if you want to become a CSI detective
Right, exactly,
or
yep.
Sherlock Holmes
Yes, there
assistant,
you go.
you would go to the...
Or you want to do more of the behind-the-scenes analysis of crime stats.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what you would
All
be
right,
doing.
so then you would go through the 4-year program.
Yeah.
And does there seem to be a lot of demand for that?
Yes, there is. Yes, I think we're running 2 classes each. We run those in the evening, again, because they're often returning adults. And so we run 2 classes from Metro State every semester, and they'll just keep going along until they finish up their degree.
And how about the nursing program? Do you have a lot of interest in that program?
Yes, the program is going to start this fall, and here we are in March, and the program is already full. Students have applied, and they are going. They've had more applicants than they can take in, so they're going through the process right now of deciding how we get down to that capacity that we can provide.
That is really incredible that you have more
Very
applicants
exciting.
that want to get in
Yeah.
than you actually have room for.
Right. So the word is out. That's that's wonderful. Yeah. Yeah.
And what do you? And again, is there anything typical about a student that decides they want to go into nursing? I mean, do you get all kinds, or is it typically a certain type of student? And do you get a lot of males that are interested in nursing now?
I think the nursing field has changed quite a bit over the last decade or so, and we have more and more males. I don't know what the percentage is, but a male going into nursing is not uncommon anymore. I think the typical nursing student, or somebody who wants to go into some kind of health field, has a strong interest in the sciences, the biology and the chemistry of it, and alongside they have a strong sense of wanting to help. There's a social piece to that, and they are really people. They want to interact with other people and help others. And nursing is one way they can do that. We also have rad tech.
What?
Radiology technicians, the people that take the x-rays of you and ultrasounds.
Sure.
We also have medical assistants who are learning how to draw blood and take vitals and those kinds of things. So, a student may come in thinking nursing and may not get into the program because of the high demand. But we have other avenues for them so they can get into a health-related field.
Okay. What I want to do now is, both of those programs seem like they're a really, really great fit in our community. So I'm really pleased that we had a chance to talk about them. I want to get back now to these venues that you have where you go out and you find business people to work with you as advisors.
Right, yeah.
Can you explain a little bit more about that, and how many of these different advisory groups do you have? And if there's interest in them, if there's interest in them,
how do they get started?
How do you get connected with that?
So we have about 40 different technical programs at Century College, and each one of those is required to have an advisory committee.
40?
40, yes. So a wide variety of things. That just secret little gem over there. Come on campus sometime and we'll show you around. So there's everything from horticulture to cosmetology to auto body to paramedic and on it goes. One example I can give you is the area that I work with, and that's cybersecurity and computer forensics. We have an advisory committee that has been just phenomenal in helping us figure out where we need to go, because that field is expanding very rapidly. And we have people from the advisory committee who are working in the field and can tell us what we need to be offering for our graduates. And so they've helped us. We're launching a whole new program next fall, lots of more classes. So they've not only helped us with deciding which way to go, but they're also helping us with equipment. And so a lot of our business leaders are donating equipment to us, so that we have the state-of-the-art equipment, so our students are learning on the most current.
You have to have that now,
it doesn't. Then it doesn't help if you're learning on 20-year-old equipment. So that's very important to us, and just having that time on the campus. We do have some advisory committees who've gone the extra step and actually mentor students, and help provide internships, job shadowing, all those kinds of opportunities.
Now, if somebody is interested in pursuing an opportunity to act as an advisor with Century College, what steps do they need to take?
You know what, if they want to, they can contact me, and then I can put them in contact with a faculty member from the program that makes the most sense.
And what is your phone number and your email address?
So my phone number is 651-779-3447.
Okay.
779-3447.
Okay, and then you.
And then my email address is for all Century employees. It's your first name dot last name. So it's brenda.lyseng@century.edu.
Wonderful, and that's how business can do this. Well, thank you. We really learned a lot today. This is a great opportunity for people to understand about some of the new innovative opportunities that you offer at Century College, and how a student, no matter if they have graduated from high school or are in the workforce, can get a baccalaureate degree without ever leaving your campus.
Right. And there's more to come.
And there's more to come. Thank you.
Thank you.
You've been watching Your Business Matters. For more information on this program or the White Bear Area Chamber, visit www.whitebearchamber.com or call 651-429-8593.